Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all my favorite products that I use pretty much every day. Alright, so to start out, I'm going to be showing you the moisturizers that I use. So I use the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer like most days. And then some days I'll throw in the different moisturizer. It's an oil control moisturizer, and it says for acne prone skin, it absorbs excess oil, won't clog pores, and it has like UV protection or whatever. If I use this too much, it breaks my skin out, but I really like the properties that it has because I have super oily skin, acne prone skin, my huge pores, so it targets everything that I want it to target. But when it breaks my skin out, obviously I don't want to use it every day, so I just use these two together. Like, I'll use this like pretty much every day, and then this I'll just throw in every couple of days. Next are my primers. So this used to be my favorite primer. It's the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer with Pore Minimizing. But now I got the little sample size, like tester size of the POREfessional by Benefit, and I love this stuff. Love it. It keeps me matte for the most part. I mean, like, oil's gonna peek through no matter what because I'm just such a, like, my face is an oil slick. But I love this stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna have to buy a full one because I just love it so much. The Smashbox primer is definitely cheaper than the Benefit one. And they both work really well. So if you're looking for an oil controlling, like pore minimizing primer and you don't want to spend all that much on it, I would definitely go for the Smashbox primer because it's honestly still so good. But I just prefer the Benefit one. I like the feel on the skin a little bit more. Next is foundation. So the Revlon Colorstay is by far my favorite foundation. I haven't tried like a whole bunch of foundations, but every time I go to Sephora, I like try a different one that I want to use, and I honestly haven't found one that I like more than the Revlon Colorstay. This is the oil controlling one. They have one for dry skin, and then they have this one for combination oily skin, and I find it just keeps me so, like with all my other products, it keeps me so matte throughout the day, and it just like looks so pretty on the skin. On days that I want to do light makeup, I use my IT Cosmetics CC cream. It's the Your Skin But Better CC cream. This is the full coverage one. They have an illuminizing, I don't know. But they have one of those, and then they also have this one, which is more full coverage. And obviously with super oily skin, you don't want a foundation that's gonna make you like illuminized. So I definitely didn't want to go for that one, so I went with this one. And honestly, for a CC cream, I've had BB creams before. I've never had a CC cream, but it has such good coverage. Like, I really wasn't expecting it to have such good coverage as it does. But it's honestly, like, it's basically a full coverage foundation, but it's just better for your skin. And it has more of a natural finish than it does matte, so that's why I use it when I want to go for, like, a lighter makeup day. Because it feels less heavy, and it looks less heavy. Next, we're going to go into face powders. So pretty much the only powder I use is my Airspun, my Coty Airspun loose face powder. This is in the translucent one. They have different colors, but I've only ever tried this one, and I love it so much. Like, I bake under my eyes with it, and then I set my whole face with it, and it just looks so good. And it's drugstore. I've never actually seen it in like my Target or anything. I mean, I've never specifically looked for it. I've just bought it on Amazon, but it is drugstore, so it's cheap. Most of my products, for the most part, are cheap. I do have some that are more high-end, but I've just found that drugstore makeup is pretty dang good, so I kind of just stick with it. So yeah. Next, I love my NYC Sunny Bronzer. I also like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but this is the one I use most often, so I decided to put this one in instead of the Butter Bronzer. My favorite blush is my Tarte blush in the color Feisty. It's an Amazonian clay blush. It's just so beautiful. This is the color Feisty, as I said, and it's just like a natural, like a neutral kind of pink, and I just honestly love it so much. Like, even when I put too much on, it still looks so good. I just love it so much. Alright, and I have so many highlighters. It was so hard for me to pick which one I liked the most. Like, I still don't even know if these are the ones I like the most because I love all my highlighters so much. That's not true. I have 2 highlighters that I kind of hate and I never use. Why don't I just show you the ones that I don't like? So, the 2 that I really, 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 really don't like is this e.l.f. one. It's the baked highlighter. It's like this little dome. And it's just, like, you put 10 layers on and you still don't see anything. It just kind of drives me insane. And this was the only one I had for the longest time because I only recently, like, really started to get into makeup. Like, I dabbled in it, but so this is the only one I had for a while, so I would just use an eyeshadow, like a shimmery eyeshadow instead because I hated this highlighter so much. And the next one, this was the first one I got after that one, and so I was so excited. I ordered it on Sephora, and I was so excited because I was like, yes, I'm finally gonna get a new highlighter that I can use. But on the website, it didn't look shimmery. Like, I mean, not shimmery, but this is like, it's just straight, like, glitter flecks, which I hate. Like, when it's just, like, chunks of huge, like, sparkles on your face, when there's a little bit, I really don't mind, but this is, like, you put it on, and it looks like you just smeared glitter onto your face. I don't know if you can really see that, but that's what it looks like on your face. And I just really don't like the look of it, so I was very disappointed because I was so excited to get it, and then that's how it turned out. But since then, I've got way more highlighters, and out of all of them, it was very hard to choose which ones were my favorite. But these are my most recent ones, actually, and I just love them so much. So the one I've got most recently is this. This is my, like, little Ofra, like, I don't know what it's called, but this is, it's magnetic, and you can buy these pans that are also magnetic. Anyway, this is my Ofra highlighter in the color Rodeo Drive, and I love it so much. It's what I'm wearing today. I don't have very much on today. I went subtle. But I love it so much. I just got it the other day, and I've worn it every day since. I love it. Love it, love, 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 love. And this is a highlighter palette that I got from Hush Beauty. It's by the brand Bad Habit, and it's called the Rose Highlight Collection. It's a dupe, I think, of one of the Anastasia highlight kits, but it's so beautiful. Like, in the palette, it kind of looks like they're gonna be like the big chunky glitter, but on the face, they're so beautiful. Like, this is my favorite one. It's just so pretty. It's this one. It's called Cheers. They're just beautiful. And this whole palette, I think, was $10. They kind of do have a lot of fallout in the pan, but I just get over it because they're so beautiful on the skin. Alright, and I'm just now realizing that I forgot to tell you the concealers that I like. So, for the longest time, I've only ever used the Tarte Shape Tape ever since I got it. I used to actually not even use concealer, but, because I thought, like, oh, who needs it? But then once I started, good lord. But once I started using this, like, I was like, well, how did I never use concealer before? But this is in the color Light Sand, I think. Yeah, Light Sand. And it's kind of yellow on my skin, but I don't really mind. But then a couple weeks ago, I got this Age Rewind one by Maybelline, and I know it's been super popular for like probably years, but I just never ever tried it because, like I said, I didn't ever use concealer, so I didn't think about it. But I kind of love it. This color is more like gray on my skin. Like, it's super close to my skin tone, but it looks more gray than it does anything else. So I put this underneath and then like a little bit of this on top, and it just looks so good together. I love it. Next, I guess I probably do my eyebrows. So I use an eyebrow pencil and then an eyebrow like gel. I've seen some of them be called like eyebrow mascara, but I just call them eyebrow gel. So this is one by Elizabeth Mott. It's Queen of the Fill. And I used to go in, I am dropping everything today. And this is my favorite eyebrow pencil. It's the It Cosmetics Brow Power pencil. This is in the color Universal Taupe. I don't know if it's actually universal, but it works well for me, so I use it. I'm sure if you went in, oh my god. I'm sure if you went in with like a light hand, it would work for somebody with lighter hair than I have. I have pretty dark hair. But I just go in with like, I press harder and like put more product on, and it builds up to like a dark color, so I like it. Next is my favorite eyeshadow palettes. I feel like this is pretty much everyone's favorite eyeshadow palette, but the Jaclyn Hill palette is beautiful and I love it so much. It's like, I talked myself out of buying it for like months, but I finally purchased it probably about a week ago, and I have worn it every day since. I love it so much. It's so easy to blend out. The colors are beautiful. It's so pigmented. I love it so much. Like, I don't know how I lived without it. That is so extreme. I need to calm down. Before I got this though, this definitely was my favorite eyeshadow palette. It's the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions. Oh my god. It's the Warm Brown Obsessions palette, and the colors are this. And they're just so beautiful. Like, you can't necessarily do a whole bunch of different kind of eye looks with it, but you can definitely do a few, and they're so beautiful. Like, the colors are so pigmented. The shimmer in here is beautiful. It's just like straight gold on your eye. Like, I love it so much. I kind of forgot about this palette ever since I got the Jaclyn palette, and I need to use this again because it's so pretty. And also to go with my eyeshadow, it's not like a makeup product in the sense of like eyeshadow or blush, but it's this. It's called the Sephora Color Switch by Vera Mona. And you just take, like, you can use it for your brushes, like, and you just take it and like swirl it in here, and it cleans your brush. And so I couldn't tell you the last time I cleaned any of my eyeshadow brushes because I just used this ever since I bought it. So if you're doing a look with like a whole bunch of different colors, say you're going in with like a rainbow look, you literally can use this in between every single color, and you get a clean brush to go in with every time. I think it was like $16, and it's honestly, I was kind of going back and forth with it because I was like, do I really need it? $16 isn't much, but do I actually need it? I'm so happy that I got it because I love it so much. I use it every single day, all the time, and I love it. Next, my favorite mascara is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. For the longest time, like before I actually got into makeup, like I said earlier, I used the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express mascara, which I still like. If on the days that I'm going for like a no makeup look, that's the mascara I use because it just separates the lashes and gives them so much volume, and I just love it so much. But the Too Faced Better Than Sex gives it volume and length, and it just looks, it's so pretty. So at Christmas time they had like the little ornaments in the sample size, so I got a little sample size just so I didn't have to commit fully to like a full like 20 whatever dollars it is for the mascara. But I loved it so much that I had to buy a full one, and ever since that, this has been my favorite mascara by far. Last but not least, this is the finishing powder I use. I'm pretty sure this is like the only finishing powder I've ever used, really. There was one by Wet n Wild that I used to have, but it was like a natural finish one, and I looked like a grease pit, so we're staying with matte finish. So this is the, is it NYX? Okay, I've always called it NYX, but the lady at Ulta called it NYX, so I don't actually know if it's NYX or NYX, but we're just gonna go ahead and call it NYX. It's my NYX Matte Finish Shedding Spray. I don't know. It just completely like locks in my makeup and melts it all together. And it makes me like matte. With all my other products, everything is basically geared for me to stay matte, and all together it works so well. I mean, like right now, like this is basically the oiliest I get throughout the day if I use all these products, and it just looks like a natural finish. It doesn't look like I'm super oily. I just look like I have a natural little glow, so I can't be mad at that. Alright, and so I think that is it for all my favorite products. That is it for the video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!